Time now to continue our Draft Dream series, and today we are shining a spotlight on one of the guys who tend to go unnoticed in football games but do all the dirty work. Offensive lineman Drew Shelton of Penn State.
Now, before he led the way for the Lions, he dominated at Downingtown West. NBC 10's Deanna Durante has today's Draft Dreams.
Draft Dreams, presented by Toyota, official partner of the 2026 NFL Draft.
Singleton, flag spray! Nick Singleton, house call!
Moments like that happen because of offensive line plays like this.
But it's really the block by Drew Shelton. He gets the down block and then he climbs second level.
And now with the NFL Draft just days away, it's Drew Shelton's time to shine.
Since I was little, like probably 3 or 4 years old, everyone wants to become a professional athlete, and it's so close.
I can tell he's really excited, and he has been dreaming of it ever since he was a little kid.
That's Drew's mom, Sarah. She played college basketball, so she didn't actually know just how good of a football player her son was in high school.
I remember when Coach Malone called me after his sophomore year, and he's like, "Your world is about to be rocked." And I was like, "Yeah, Coach, sure." I didn't even know he was good, So.
Drew was plenty good. One problem, he was playing out of position.
From Coach Milano moving me from tight end to offensive line, that really jump-started who I am.
His sophomore year, we had a really good football team. We won 13 games. But before the season starts, Drew's still playing tight end, and we're looking at our depth chart. And I have a tight end who ended up going to Georgia Southern, who was a senior in front of him, and just sat Drew down in the office, called him in and said, "Hey, dude, listen, here's your options. You can be the backup tight end, or you can start a tackle for us. And I think you need to start a tackle."
That decision led him to Penn State, and it also highlighted two of Drew's important attributes. First, his versatility.
Versatility is important. A lot of teams are saying that I'm a tackle, and I think, my feet and my athleticism really can keep me out there on the island.
The second is putting the team first, something he most notably did as a senior. Downingtown had COVID restrictions, and Drew had an offer to play at a prestigious Florida program.
Us not be able to play senior season, so he went down there. He went down there, I want to say, in January. And then we had the tragedy here when one of his teammates took his own life. And he came back to be with his guys. I never spoke to him. He came back to be with his guys, felt like he needed to be with his friends he's played with forever. And to me, that's just, a demonstration of the kind of character he has.
There's going to be people everywhere that help you become who you are. Whether it be my coaches here, my friends, my teammates, or, all the way to Coach Franklin and Coach Trotwine and Coach Earls at Penn State, my strength coach, O-line coach, and head coach. Those people really made me who I am.
As a young boy, Drew spent time at Lincoln Financial Field. Now he could become an Eagles draft pick.
That would be pretty cool. Being an hour away, everyone around here is Eagles fans. That would be pretty special.
It's the small town community, so of course people are talking and you hear everybody, and everybody has nothing but love for Drew, and it's just very positive.
Deanna Durante, NBC 10 News.
Okay, so if he gets drafted by the Eagles, they have to do that side by side when he was a little kid. That is so cool. By the way, we've got another Draft Dream story coming your way tomorrow.
We are showcasing the transformation from one young player to college standout. Deuce Chestnut grew up loving football and is now ready to bring his talents from Camden High to the NFL stage. We'll have his journey to the draft tomorrow at 5 right here on NBC 10. And our annual Eagles Draft Day special returns Thursday at 7:30. NBC Sports Philadelphia's John Clark will be live from the Jefferson Health Training Complex. We'll talk with Nick Sirianni and Howie Roseman leading into the draft, as well as special features on the Eagles draft plans.